ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
And that's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Come in, Floyd. Doggone it. Joe Carson calling Floyd Smoot. Joe Carson calling Floyd Smoot. Do you read me? Over.
Kate Bradle calling Uncle Joe. Kate Bradle calling Uncle Joe. Let's turn the mattresses. Let's turn the mattresses.
Turn a mattress?
Uh-huh. Over.
Oh, boy. I'm working on the electronic breakthrough of the year, and you talk about mattresses.
You know something? If we don't turn these two pretty fast, we're going to have our own breakthrough.
Kate, you don't seem to realize I'm working on a development that'll put the Shady Rest on a par with all the big hotel chains in the country. With this little gadget, I can call Floyd on the cannonball, and he reports to me how many passengers he's hauling, and their ETA. That's estimated time of arrival. So that when they get here, we've got everything ready. Sachet bag in the closet, fresh newspapers lining the bureau drawer, clean roller towel in the bathroom. They think they've come to a regular Shangri-La. Well, what do you think?
Let's turn the mattresses.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I'm coming, Floyd. Thanks, Floyd. Bye, Floyd.
See you, Betty Jo. Hey, Betty Jo.
Uncle Joe!
Hey, you shouldn't try to do that all alone.
Uncle Joe! I found our dream house. Oh, honey, that's wonderful.
Is it close?
Right outside Pixley, and only a stone's throw from the cannonball.
Oh,
It's great.
terrific.
This has got me worried. Floyd had his walkie-talkie on and still isn't receiving me.
Uncle Joe, go take a walkie with your talkie, huh? Now, honey, tell us all about it.
Well, it's going to take a little fixing, but apart from that, it's just perfect for us.
Oh, it's just a little fixing. I can handle that.
Oh, sure, and Uncle Joe can help you. Can't you, Uncle Joe?
Oh, yeah, sure, providing I can work it into my schedule. I'll go check my calendar.
Whenever he has a problem, he huddles with the ice spot. Well, when are you going to see the place?
No time like the present. Let's fly over and take a look.
I'm not sure you can spot it from the air.
Okay, we'll fly to Pixley and drive over.
You can't exactly drive to it either.
You did say you found a house, not a cave.
Well, gosh. It just happens to be a little off the beaten path.
Yeah, well, we didn't think it was on the corner of Main and Broadway. I'm not siding with anybody. And as a matter of fact, you leave me out of this.
Well, honey, what's wrong with our original plan to find a nice little apartment in Pixley?
No, you just want to live like people.
I'm sorry if I missed our category.
You know what I mean? With every young couple, it's always, find an apartment, find an apartment. Oh, don't settle down until you find just what you want. Right, Mom?
Leave me out of this.
Now, what's wrong with waiting until you find what you want? Right, Mrs. Bradley?
Leave me out of
I'll
this.
tell you what's wrong. By that time, I'll be an old maid.
Well, if you're going to be an old maid, who wants to marry you?
Oh, hold it, hold it. I asked to be left out of it, so I went back in again. And you two are being very silly, arguing about something that only one of you knows about. So why don't we go over, see the place, and then come to a decision? Okay?
Well, yes, that's fair.
It's okay by me. Hey, if we can't find the place, do I win?
Shouldn't it be along here someplace?
If it ain't, we've lost it.
Could I ask you a question? How come you're not riding back in the coach with your mom and me? Well?
Because this is nice and airy? Because we're in a hurry and this end gets there first?
That's a good one.
How about could you have to sit up high like this to find it?
That's a very good reason, too.
The only reason.
I don't know. I kind of like because we're in a hurry and this end gets there first. Go on, Betty Jo.
Watch the road, will you?
Backseat driver.
Whether Floyd likes it or not, the train goes where the track goes and... Floyd! Doesn't that grove of trees look familiar?
Yeah. Yeah, now, if we come to that bump in the track... We found it.
Yeah. It's a great way to know when you're home. You fall on your face. Where is it?
Floyd, do we have any more rocks?
I laid in a fresh supply.
Gotta be kidding.
I told you, it's just a stone's
Don't
throw.
throw away. I can just see the invitations to our first party. RSVP and bring rocks.
Come and look at it. Maybe a lot nicer than you think.
If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me.
I'll stay right here. You can throw rocks at the cannonball to find your way back.
Is there really a house out there?
Secluded, ain't it?
Yeah, secluded. Lose your pitching arm and you'll never find your way home.
Come on, it's not far. Oh, sorry.
Sure.
Oh, Steve, give it a chance. It could turn out to be the ideal place for us.
Sure. Me Tarzan, you... What's her name?
Well, what do you think?
I think we ought to stop throwing stones at her.
Wait till you see the inside. What's the matter?
It's just more than I expected.
Come on.
Boy, they just don't make them like this anymore.
Look at the bright side.
Hmm?
Think how it'll discourage door-to-door salesmen.
Save this. Floyd may run out. How does it strike you?
That's very effective. It's even better than having a moat with alligators.
Wait till you see the inside.
I'll bet it's nice. Say, you know, if that thing is loose, it could hurt somebody. But, you see, it is nice.
Oh, Mom, you do appreciate it, don't you? And you can see where improvements can be made, can't you?
There's room.
Say that again.
Maybe we could open a window, huh, and get a little fresh air? Notice how they don't stick?
Oh, Stephen, why don't you just relax and try to envision what it'll look like when we get it fixed up? Now, I think these walls will be beautiful and green, and then we can have some potted plants along here. And maybe some darling bushes right here. And then... I guess we'll have to reinforce the floor.
Either that or get a lighter husband.
Oh, gosh, Mom. See the good side.
Sure. What is it?
Well, out in front is a perfect spot for a rose garden. And just off the back porch is a clear, cool, sparkling... You found the well. Is the water good?
Yummy. Is there a towel or a rag or something around this place?
Oh, he just doesn't understand.
Betty Jo. Betty Jo.
Yes, dear.
Where's the bathroom?
The what?
The bathroom.
That's it. Did you ever have the feeling that there was something missing, but you couldn't quite put your finger on what it was?
Oh, come on. You don't mean to tell me that there's no...
What's so awful? Lots of houses don't have everything.
This one has nothing.
Oh!
Listen, you two, hold it. You're in love and you're going to get married. And I think, I really do, that you ought to be friends.
Oh, but he's being impossible. You can see that.
All I want to do is live in a house like people do. Now, am I right?
Oh, boy. I'm going back to train. You two stay here, talk it over, and come to some kind of a decision.
Honest, Steve, you could at least look at the good side.
Okay, but where is it?
Mother!
You lucky kids! You've got two wells.
Darling, I'm sorry.
You are?
Yeah, I've been thinking it over, and there is a good side to the house.
Oh, honey, I knew you'd come around to my way of thinking. What is it?
Well, you see, it's too small to have visitors, and that way our families can't possibly move in and stay with us.
Right. Now you're beginning to appreciate. What's wrong with my family?
I didn't say your family, I said our families.
But I don't know your family.
What's the difference?
Well, you do know mine. And if my family isn't good enough to stay overnight, then you can just keep your old house.
It's not my...
I can say is, I'm glad I found out in time what he's really like.
I just can't believe it.
Well, that just goes to show.
Show what?
I don't know. I just thought I'd join in.
Actually, Betty Jo, you're very lucky. I find that men usually reveal themselves after they slip the ring on your finger.
So that's what you find, hmm?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Since when did you become the voice of experience?
Oh, Mom, it's one of those things every woman knows.
No kid. I must have been shortchanged.
What do you mean?
Well, that sneaky father of yours. He was nicer to me after the wedding than he was before.
Well, maybe Daddy was different.
Oh, I don't think so. He went fishing. He pitched horseshoes on Sunday. He sat around Sam Drucker's and complained about the weather and taxes. Sounds pretty normal to me. Now, Betty Jo, Steve actually did say he had no use for your family.
Well, practically. And he certainly didn't have any use for the house I picked out.
Uh-huh. That was part of the argument, huh?
All he could see was a tumble-down shack.
What would you call it?
Look, a tumble-down shack. You've got to have vision.
I see.
Do you? Do you really, Mom?
Well, of course, dear.
Then you know I'm right.
No, not entirely.
What?
Well, you see, Steve is half of the team that's going to live there. And I think he has just as much a right to his opinion as you do.
I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't heard it with my own ears.
Believed what?
You're going to be one of those mothers-in-law who take the husband's side.
Don't worry, Betty Jo. We'll stick up for you.
Sure.
Well, you can put us on the witness stand any time.
We'll swear it was mental cruelty.
Oh, bitch, she's not even married and you're getting her divorced.
We're only being loyal to Betty Jo.
She's our sister and we want to help.
I know a wonderful way. Disappear. We don't need any panel discussions. Not you, you're Exhibit A. Now, look, with all this silly bickering that's going on, and that's what it sounds like to me, there's only one thing to be concerned about, and you can give the answer. Do you love Steve?
Sure,
Well,
Mom.
that's all that matters. You see, love doesn't come along that often that you can just go losing it like that. Sometimes it only happens once. Believe me, I know.
Oh, Mom. I goofed, didn't I? Well, how can I face him after the way I talk?
Oh, there you are, Betty Jo. Hey, there's something I want to ask you. Did Floyd receive me on the cannonball?
Uncle Joe.
How's that? I didn't hear you.
I said no.
Oh, now, there's no need feeling that bad about it. I know we got troubles, but I'll fix this thing somehow. Maybe with one more adjustment. Calling Floyd Smoot on the cannonball. Calling Floyd Smoot on the cannonball. Come in, cannonball. There. I'll get this thing going sooner or later. Honest, I will. I had no idea she was such a sensitive little thing.
Steve, could I ask you something?
Sure.
How long do you figure on sitting there? Not that I mind exactly. As far as I'm concerned, you can sit there the rest of the day, all night. But I do have a schedule to follow. Right now, I ought to be at Benson's Crossing at the very least. Don't you have someplace to go?
All I said was, at least it's too small to have anybody move in on us.
Everybody should have someplace to go. Like, I got to stop at Ben Miller's and pick up 4 dozen apple boxes, see?
She wasn't anything like that when I proposed to her.
Oh, and look at here. I got to deliver these milk cans to Harlan Fergus before he can milk his cows.
She was so sweet and soft and understanding.
Just think of them poor beasts standing there all loaded and having to hold back.
I thought I was getting the greatest girl in the whole world. Why, when she said yes, I darn near exploded.
Then you ought to know what them cows is going through.
Well, I'm not going to let her get away without a fight. And you know why?
No, why?
Because I still feel that way about her. Floyd, You're going to have to excuse me, but I got to be taken off.
That's all right. Matter of fact, I thank you, the cannonball thanks you, and most of all, Harlan Fergus's cows thank you.
Hold her, Floyd! Hold her!
Joe, have you seen Betty Jo? What kind of mood is she in?
Huh? Oh, sobbing her eyes out.
Yeah?
The poor kid feels worse about this walkie-talkie thing than I do. Hold the train! Hold the train! Hey, Floyd, what happened?
Oh, Joe, I ain't got much time. I'm behind schedule.
Well, this is important. I've been trying to call you all day, and I get no answer. Now, what's fouled up here?
Well, everything's fine on this end. I've been trying to receive you.
And I don't understand. Let me see that. Oh, for... Floyd, what does that say right there?
That says no, and when something says no, I don't mess with it.
Why, you rockhead. You've been reading it upside down. It says on. That's where the switch should be.
Say, I bet that's why I ain't been receiving it.
I've been trying to make an electronic breakthrough, and I'm dealing with a space-age dropout. Well, that does it. I'm scrubbing the whole project.
Don't feel bad just because this one thing didn't work out. You've got a lot of good ideas.
Well, go ahead and talk to her. Believe me, she's ready to listen.
Yeah, but it's not that easy. What do I say?
Well, tell her how you feel.
Yeah, I know, only after the way I acted, I just can't face her.
That sounds like the flip side of a record I just heard from her.
Well, there's another project down the drain. Now, there's no need for you two to worry about me. I've had disappointments before. I can meet the challenge. I'll go to sleep on it, get up first thing in the morning, take a nap. Then right after that, I'll get right on it again.
Joe, you want to get some good out of that equipment?
Well, sure. What do you got in mind?
This. First, get a ladder big enough to reach to Betty Jo's room. And Steve...
I love you is all that I can say. I love you. I love you. The same old words I'm saying in the same old way. I love you. I love you. 3 words that are divine. And now, my dear, I'm waiting to hear the words that make you mine.